Good afternoon, Mr. Buffett, or may I call you Warren? My name is Mandy Connell, and I'm talking to you from beautiful Louisville, Kentucky. Behind me are two of our working bridges, the Clark Memorial and the Kennedy Bridge. Now I say working bridges because on the other side of our beautiful city is our non-working bridge, the Sherman Mitten. The Sherman Mitten was closed several weeks ago after structural cracks were found in its foundation. This has created a traffic nightmare that you cannot believe. So why am I talking to you? Well, let me give you a little history of our community. For the past 40 years, we've been trying to build a new bridge on the east end of Louisville. Now, if that bridge was already built, this traffic nightmare would be a headache, but not really a nightmare. So again, why am I talking to you? Well, instead of just building an East End bridge, politicians and special interest groups have jacked up the price by adding another downtown bridge. So now the excuse for not having any new bridges is, we don't have any money. I think you're beginning to understand why I'm talking to you. See, we need about $3 billion for our new bridges project. We could ask the federal government for it, but we all know they're broke. And when I read your op-ed in the New York Times saying that you don't think people in your class of wealth pay enough to the government, I thought, by jingo, there's an idea. Let's cut out the middleman. So today, Mr. Buffett, I'm here to ask for a favor. A small favor in the grand scheme of things. I read this morning that your current net worth is about $39 billion. I figure you feel generous, you think that the government should take more of it. Let's just give it to me, and I'll make sure that this major infrastructure project that can benefit the entire region gets built. We both know that the government doesn't spend money very efficiently, so let's just knock them right out of the loop. Now, if you have $39 billion and you give us $3 billion, you still got a lot left. I mean, you'd have to spend for a really long time before you could get rid of that other $36 billion. So think it over. Now, I realize that a stranger asking for $3 billion probably doesn't stand much chance of actually getting the money. But I've got something for you. How about this? Here in Louisville, we named our city a long, long time ago after King Louis XVI for his support during the Revolutionary War. But let's be real, what has King Louis done for us lately? Nothing. So how about this? I propose we rename the city of Louisville Warrenville, all for the low, low price of $3 billion. Picture it, the Kentucky Derby live from Warrenville, Kentucky. I think this thing has legs. Now, I realize that maybe you would want something more dignified like Buffettville, but there might be some confusion with that singer from Florida, and nobody wants to be associated with margaritas when you're doing something remarkable like rebuilding bridges. All you need to do is contact me via email at mandy@whas.com. Email me, I'll tell you where to send the check, and we can begin the process, the transformation of Louisville from a sleepy little town with 2 working bridges to Warrenville, a mecca full of bridges and happy people. I'll await eagerly your email, and until then, thank you for your consideration.